Hey guys, keeping up with our trend for the new year, we have another new place we're going to go to, and today we're at Prickett's Fort State Park. So a little bit about the history of this park. Prickett's Fort overlooks the confluence of Prickett's Creek and the Monongahela River. Though this rustic log fort that we are currently walking to is a recreation of the original fort in 1774, the original fort served as a refuge from Native American war parties on the western frontier of colonial Virginia. The recreated fort was built in 1976 by Prickett's Fort Memorial Foundation to serve as a living historical site where volunteers can recreate the late 18th century lifestyle through the clothing of the day and the demonstration of a variety of activities that happened at the park, or at the fort during the time. Throughout the year, you could have many different tradespeople come in and show off their unique skills, like blacksmiths, spinners, weavers, and other traditional artisans of the time. There actually is a gun shop which features the only public demonstration of 18th century firearm manufacturing within the fort. Now, the reason why we're not going in the fort right now is because they're closed. So, yeah. So, when the threat of the Native American uprising occurred, there could be up to 80 families staying within this fort at a given time. Those families would stay as long as the threat existed, and that could either be for just a couple of days or for even weeks at a time. Now, all I'm gonna say is there's 80 some families cramped in this fort. It's not as big as what the GoPro makes it look like, guys. This is actually a pretty small fort. But yeah, life was cramped and it could be very unpleasant, but sacrifices were made. They needed to be made to survive in this dangerous frontier life of the late 1700s. So, if you look over here, off in the distance, I can't really zoom in with the GoPro. I'll try to get it in with my cell phone here in a few minutes. But down there is the confluence of Prickett's Creek and Monongahela River. And I just think that's absolutely just not typical of the fashion of the time, because you're wanting to put a fort, big old fort, right where you can see rivers and waters. And so that makes sense. Now, we'll get back to that in a sec. We'll head down to this little old house down here. Just south of the fort stands Job Prickett's house. It was built in 1859 by the great-grandson of Captain James Prickett, whom the fort's actually named after. The difference between the 18th century historical recreation and the original 19th century house illustrates the development and change in the lifestyle that these people experienced. And experienced in not even an 85-year period of time. I just want you to look at the difference between the two. Just admire the craftsmanship, first of all. This is the recreation. And then you have the other house. Mr. Job Prickett's house is actually listed in the National Register of Historic Places. It contains antiques that were originally used by the Prickett family when they first settled on the land. You can already tell right off the bat that nice big old bricks, log cabin dealie. I guess just it looks a whole lot nicer, structurally more sound. So yeah. Well guys, thank you for coming along with me on this one. Really didn't know what to expect with this place. Really didn't know what to expect at all. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, give me a like and a subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. You guys have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care, and God bless. Bye.